Hi guys, putting here with a game for you, my Tier 10 US destroyer, the Gearing. Now my captain skills is going to be preventative maintenance, torpedo acceleration, last stand, survivability expert, faster loading torps, radio position finder, and concealment. My modules or my upgrades are going to be protect my main batteries, faster repairing engines, longer shooting AA, a faster rudder, concealment, and faster loading torps again. Now, I kind of set my gearing up more as a torpedo boat than a gunboat. But talking to Zath here, at the beginning, we're like, well, what do we want to do? I'm like, well, we kind of spawned mid-ish, even though we were a little bit more on D side. He's like, you know what, just looking at the battleship count, let's help out D because of, the tiers that were over at D. As far as, our battleships going, give the lower tier guys a little bit more of a hand. I'm like, okay. Now, if you also noticed, I run defensive fire. For the most part, on all of my DDs that I can run defensive fire, I will take defensive fire. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Now, it's at this point I looked at Zath and said, look, everybody's coming on this side. A side's really weak, and they're kind of leaving the carrier high and dry. Like, there's not going to be a lot of protection for them. If the enemy decide to go that way, there's not much in the lines of anything to slow them down or protect our carrier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ping the map, ask these guys to please go A. I'm also going to ping by the Asashio and let him know that we are, or at least that I'm on the way to help him out. Now, as you can see by this title, making the right plays at the right time is usually the difference between winning and losing, and going mid in a gearing on two brothers. Thank you, YouTube. It's a Baltimore and a Hindenburg there, and at the time, I'm like, really, Hindenburg? You're torping the gearing, like why? Just use your guns. It's faster. If he was in smoke, I'd say, yeah, it's on the torps. You never know. But we at least know where one of the four DDs are. We know one's got to be at A somewhere because, the Asashio's not getting it and he just got torped, even though I believe these were the plane torps. Gotta, suspect at least one's over here. We know the shimmy, and now another DD were spotted over at D side. Now, I turned my AA off because I wanted to wait for them to get in closer, like kind of just pop my defensive fire and shred the planes. These are only tier A planes while I'm still just a DD. Having a little bit specced into it, I'm going to be able to at least shoot down a couple to get the carrier to back off. I'm actually sending torps against the curve first. I don't know why this game is showing the Alsace, but some of the reason I chose this game, you're not going to see big flashy numbers. You're not going to see, you're not going to see any medals. Not going to see high volumes of kills. But what you're going to see is just making smart, intelligent decisions. Now, I noticed one of my torps hit the DD, and I let Zath know. One of my torps hit the DD. They all missed the curve first. But there's no reason to really push into that guy because, he's got a hydro. His hydro goes to 5.8 if you don't know. So there's really no reason to push into him. See the DD, might as well shoot at him, get him out, get him dead. I can always pop my smoke to get back into concealment. Get a couple hits on him, but luckily for us, Zath was ready for him. At this point is when I call out, I'm like, are you kidding me? Now there's a Torpets coming up the middle. Now, all this really did was get the guys that were at D to come back to annihilate the idiots coming up the middle. Going up the middle on two brothers, you have to do it at the right time or be highly skilled. I'm sorry, but 90% of us aren't skilled enough to go up the middle at the start of the game. Oh, look, the Turpits died. But what that means is most of the people are sitting in our cap, at least on our team. And they're probably going to sit there because of the gearing. Now, it's at this point that Zath calls out for the Minotaur. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to smoke up, shoot the Cur first. The Asashio should be able to keep this guy spotted. And where'd the Cur first go? It's a Cur first. How do you hide a Cur first? I don't know why the Asashio smoked up. There was, it would have been nice if he would have just, I don't know, kept the guy spotted. He could sit on camp. He's the closest one to this guy. The Cur first knows there's two DDs. I call out that this guy's reversing, which means he's kind of on the edge of my gun range. But I'm going to sit here and blink as much as I can. I will give credit to this Asashio for at least smoking up to shoot. But dude, you have nasty torpedoes. They're probably on a cooldown. Now, we don't exactly have a cap. We're already down two DDs, which means the only two destroyers we have left are both on A side, sitting in smoke, shooting at a Cur first. I'll let Zath know I put one fire. Now, the reason I'm letting Zath know when I do get somebody to put out damage repair part is because it is a Republic. He can quickly change between shells and go between HE and AP. I'm not a big advocate of battleships shooting HE, but you know what? It's a Republic, and you know what? You might as well utilize all of, the tools that it does give you. If you do it intelligently, you know what? Like that situation, Cur versus bow on. Might as well just sit there and shoot the HE, burn them down. I'm dropping torps on the battleship in the back. Kind of don't think these are going to get it. Notice the Cur first is either flooding, burning, or something, but you know what? He's going to die. And it's at this point, Zath calls, like, hey, there's the Minotaur again. I'm like, he just smoked up. He's got RPF. And kind of right about when Zath says, hey, you know what? You might want to go on the other side and deal with those DDs. I'm kind of making my turn to go over there. I was kind of already thinking about it. But, what Zath just saying it just kind of, reaffirms that, yes, I'm probably making the correct decision. I let Zath know 2 torps hit the Monarch. I put a flood on him. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm like, I was going back, but, I'm kind of doing a delay. I'm taking a long ray. I don't exactly want to rush back over there. I want to make sure that this side is a little bit secured before we go. And he's like, don't worry about it. I got it. I'm like, okay. Now I'm going to send random torps where I think this Minotaur was going to go, but he went somewhere. It was smart, but I was still kind of like, don't know why you went there. Like, there's really nothing over here to spot for him. I'm thinking what he should be doing is spotting for his 2 battleships. He can get away with it a little bit easier. The Asashio doesn't want to get close to him. He's got to know the Asashio is low health. You know what? While the Asashio will outspot him, you know what? These guys know he's over here. And this is what I mean. The Minotaur is kind of taking up the position behind the island to use that because his smoke is down. It's not a bad call. It's just not something I would have done. I would have tried to stay dark. And like it's just spot for the friendlies. You know what? When your smoke comes up, have your carrier spot. You know what? Keep the carrier. I have the S carrier to keep the at least the battleship spotted. This is when we start losing B. The only thing really over here to defend it is the Baltimore, who is reversing down the channel. I don't blame him. He's staying protected from the Yamato. But I'm going to start opening up on this Fletcher. And it's at this point I'm looking and looking and looking. I'm like, okay, I see my shells. I see secondaries. Why is the Baltimore not shooting this guy? I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Why isn't the Baltimore shooting? Now I'm trying to set up a torp ambush on the Ibuki. I know this guy's going to turn in as soon as he gets around that corner because he doesn't want to stay broadside, at least to me. But what I'm going to do is actually send 2 sets of torps. Well, of course, 2 because I have to. But I'm sending against the Ibuki and I'm sending against the Yamato. I'm doing this for 2 reasons. I'm doing this because most players send everything at 1 ship. Now, while usually sending at 2 different ships doesn't work out, sometimes it does. But what I wanted to do was send the torps at the Ibuki, have the Yamato think that I sent everything against the Ibuki and that he would be safe from torps. I let Zap know I got a flood on the Ibuki. Now, if you notice, I'm sitting in smoke, but you know what? I'm not going to sit here. I smoked up. I'm taking my shots. I got a fire on this guy. I know it's going to stick, but I know this guy's sending torps. There's no reason to sit here. The Ibuki's as good as dead. I look at the Yamato. I see these torps. I'm like, the Yamato is dead. I see the shimmy can open up on him because, well, you know what? Well, why not? It's a shimmy. I'm a Gearing. I mean, this is like food. This is the glory days. Oh, look, shimmy torps. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Luckily, I kind of was turning for these, you know, already because I knew they were going to be coming. I'm just going to slow down and avoid these torps. Oh no, I see planes coming in. Whatever shall I do? Thank God I have defensive fire. The other thing is the carrier, our friendly carrier, is got his fighters in this area. Our Baltimore managed to reverse all the way onto the sea cap. I kind of really wish he had his radar up here. But, you know, this is why I bring defensive fire. Now, unfortunately, Shimmy's going to kind of be out of my gun range because with these high arcs and travel times, it's not likely these shells are going to come down, but you know what? You throw enough shit at the wall, hopefully something will stick. And that's kind of what I'm hoping. Now, I mean, like I said, you know what? I didn't do very much damage. I, you know, barely, not even cracking 100K. Upon my defensive fire, start shooting these planes down. And of course, because, you know what, RNG hates me. Oh, look. Planes under defensive fire and I still get hit. And you think he only had 2 bombers in that squadron and he still freaking hit me. And I get hit again. I just can't buy a break right now with the RNG against these planes. But this is what I mean. I mean, he came in with at least 1 full squadron and a partial from the other. And you know what? Only 3 planes made it out of here. I'm up to 7 plane kills. Really not much more action going on. Except for can I dodge the shimmy torps and the carrier torps at the same time. And I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be close. But what I'm going to do is cut speed to wiggle stuff. But I see him coming, doing his drop is when I cut my speed and turned into the torps because it's the best move. I'm dropping my torps on this Lexington because, well, why not? Really nothing else is going to happen, guys. But like I said, you know what? We always say hindsight is 20/20. We never know how this would have played out if I did not come back to help protect B. Never known if, you know, what would have happened with the Yamato. If he would have potentially killed the Baltimore, the Ibuki died because of me. You just never know how things are going to play out. And you know what? I've always enjoyed showcasing games where, you know what, you make the right calls, the right decisions, you do the little things, but usually you aren't rewarded for them. The only reward for doing the little things is the win. And to me, the win is more important than anything. This game is quickly wrapping up, so now we are going to go check out the post-battle results. Now, I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. I hope you did take something away from this. As far as, you know what, you have to make the right calls, the right decisions at the right times. Knowing when to turn around and go back or when to push. And also what ship you are and what class you're doing as far as what needs to be done. I went back to help defend the Campbell. That stayed and kind of to help the push. Doing the little things usually will help you become a lot better, more successful, and usually ends up more times than not with a win. We do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. We love the replays you send in. The email for that is in the description down below. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.